I've made a lot of theories about Stranger Things. Some would say too many theories, but I genuinely do not think any of them are this complex, yet this believable. Will Byers has always been the outsider. He's always been the one to not fit in. He also feels like he doesn't fit in because of his sexuality, and it's pretty obvious. Over the last 6 years, it's been very interesting to watch his storyline unfold, because Stranger Things started with Will. And if this theory that I'm about to talk about is true, then Stranger Things is also going to end with Will. Will is one of the most important characters in the Stranger Things storyline. And for that reason, today we're going to be talking about the possibility of Will Byers still being the spy for the Mind Flayer, Vecna, and maybe other things too. He could be in real danger in Season 5, or perhaps even be the danger. Before we dive deep into this theory, make sure to drop a like on the video, let's go for 250 likes, and also hit that sub button so you don't miss out on any of my future content. The theory starts at the end of Season 4, when Mike tells Will, one is dead and rotting. And then Will replies, he's not, and now that I'm back in Hawkins, I can feel him. I can feel that he's not dead, but he's hurt, and he's going to come back and not stop until he's taking everyone and everything. The theory is that Will did not feel Vecna because he returned to Hawkins. He felt Vecna because the 4 gates were opened in Hawkins at the end of Season 4. And this theory goes all the way back to Season 2, when Eleven was about to close the gates and Mike, Lucas, and Max were talking about it. Mike said, if Elle closes the gate, then the body and the brain die. And then Lucas told Mike, if the brain dies, then the body dies, and Will is a part of that body. Because at the time, the Mind Flayer was still in Will. Well, the reason they wanted the Mind Flayer to get out of Will was because they thought if it was still in him when Elle closed the gate, that it would kill him, because at the time, the kids thought the brain of the body was still the Mind Flayer, but it wasn't. Vecna is the brain of the body, and the Mind Flayer is just a part of the body. This theory gets backed up even more whenever you go to Season 3, Episode 1. At the very start of it, the Russians are opening the gate, and when the gate opens, Will feels the monster in the back of his neck again. He felt it because the gate was opened up and the monster came back to life. Which also could mean that Will is actually connected to the gates, but he didn't feel it because he was in Hawkins. So my point is, Will would have never died if they would have closed the gate while the Mind Flayer was still in him. But now, if they kill Vecna, which they want to, Will is going to die because the Mind Flayer is still in him, and if the brain dies, then everything dies with it, and Vecna is the brain. So you may be asking yourself, what could this mean? Well, a few things. It could mean that Will has powers, it could also mean Will can see what Vecna is thinking now that it's alive, and it could also mean that the monster that Will drew could come into the story. Is Will going to control that monster if it comes into the story? I don't know, but that's a topic for another video. The ultimate question though is how are they going to defeat Vecna without killing Will? In my opinion, they won't, and Will is going to die. Because once again, I think the story will start with Will and end with Will. And I think Will is somehow going to save everyone. But of course, we all want a happy ending, so I think the only way they get around it is if Eleven, and whoever else wants to go with her, goes into the Upside Down and closes the gate from there so the brain is cut off with the body that is still in Will, and then Eleven will have to defeat Vecna in the Upside Down. I know that was a lot to take in, but there's a lot of theories and speculations to be made out of this theory if it is true. And to be honest with you, I genuinely think it is because it makes so much sense. So let me know if you guys want me to go more in depth with this theory, and make sure to add anything you might find interesting in the comments. Let's make theories together and let's try to figure out the Season 5 storyline over the next 2 years. Let me know what type of videos you guys want to see me make in the future, and make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and spend time with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.